Welcome to the Diplomats. Just here by myself. I've got no podcast partners. Copying Zach Moore's journal from Media Wars 1. This show's on Media Wars 2, how I'm doing. After spring 1901, I ranked myself the best player. It was a little disappointing. Media Wars, just like this podcast, is brought to you by diplomacybriefing.com, where you can get all your diplomacy content on the internet. So let's sort of go to the goals. That's what Zach always did. He talked about the goals. I'm going to go to the goals. That's what we need to do. Goals last longer than Zach Moore in Media Wars 1. Zach Moore was eliminated in 5th last year, and I was eliminated in 6th. So all I got to do is finish 4th. I finish 4th, goal number 1. Kill Ezio. That's France. If you watched the first episode of this Media Wars 2 journal, you saw how Ezio and Captain Meme ridiculed me relentlessly on the Season 2 Nexus Finals, particularly the spring 1909 move, which you can go back and look at and laugh. I'd probably have to ridicule myself. Maybe I just need to kill myself and not Ezio. Maybe he was right. They call him a high-level player. And I think he is a high-level player. All right. So let's go back and review how spring 1901 was looking for me. Okay. Here I am as Germany. Russia moves to Silesia. He literally wrote me and said there's roughly a 0% chance of that happening. And he did it. France moved to Burgundy. Italy moved to Tyrolia after he said he wasn't going to. Only one of those I knew about was Burgundy. I really kind of like France. He's Ezio, and I know that's goal number 2, but maybe that goal was a bit hasty. I really enjoyed talking to him. Seems like a straight-up good guy. England here, standard sort of English opening, but that's Florida man. He's very non-communicative. It's a big problem for me. I'm not getting the warm fuzzies from this guy. So I started thinking about it a little bit, and I looked at those Russian moves. And if you go back and sort of read the literature, which I've done actually, here, let's just Google it. Toby Harris, Diplomacy, Russia for Expert. Where Toby Harris encourages people to try something new. And he talks about the English-Russian alliance in here. Army Moscow to St. Pete. That's what we had. Army Warsaw to Silesia. That's what we had. St. Petersburg to Gulf of Bothnia. That's what we had. Sevastopol to the Black Sea. That's what we had. Now, on the other hand, he wants England to go to the Channel, which didn't happen. Everything else kind of the same. So I kept thinking, man, is there like an ER going on here? Because England really won't communicate with me. I have no idea. But it's kind of depressing when you see these units up on your borders. And I'm like, man, Russia must feel really confident in Turkey, who's played by Oliver Lugg, a mathematician. And this is just totally, for Russia's here, giving up a position on the South. Just giving it up. So Italy is played by Amby, who's this Australian guy who always seems to get eliminated. But he originally wrote to me and said, and this is before spring 1901, that he wanted to go to Tyrolia and then wanted to go to Munich and then push him into Burgundy. And I said, no, I didn't want to do that. That's crazy. I don't want to do it. And he moves there. All right. So I'm like, what's going on? And Amby, let's see if I've got it. Here, you can see. Blames it on COVID. Forgot to update the move due to a lockdown. COVID. COVID is why he moved to Tyrolia. I mean, I've heard it all. When COVID is the reason he moved to Tyrolia. Can COVID make him move back? Does it have those powers? All right, so let's talk about my diplomacy here. I don't know who's for me. I don't know who's against me. I had some interesting press with people. Here's some of my press. Austria. I heard through the chatter you did well as Germany. So they may be afraid, I think he means, of your prowess. Although feared is a pretty good word. Has no information for you. All right. Thanks. Pointless. Austria's a nice guy, though. He is so far. What does Russia have to say after saying basically no chance of moving to Silesia? Roughly 0%. Here it is. Roughly 0% chance of going to Silesia. He's already lied to me. All right. Are you serious? No response. You got to talk to me. No response. More hours go by. Repeat. You have to talk to me. Another message. This goes on for like 18 hours. 18 hours. Just not a response. Am I not worthy of a response? I like Russia. He drew my avatar. He drew the Cascadia picture I showed in episode 1. He's on the diplomats. He might not be on the diplomats anymore. I might have to somehow ban his videos. Nothing. And then all I get, sorry for the quietness. My move was pure opportunism. Basically, everyone expressed concern about a German soloist on the board. Ugh. I soloed one game as Germany. One game. Apparently your homeland is the place to be this year. This is not what I want to hear. Okay, he's not helping. England. What's my buddy England up to? I hate to reiterate an idea you didn't like, but a big part of me wants to say we need to try a Western triple at this point. Feel free to shoot that idea down. Just feels like the strongest offense we could apply in this situation. And I'm like, yeah, I have to rethink it. This is a bummer. So England's response to me here is to just turn my back to England and France. That's not like looking very positive for me. And it feeds into my theory of this English-Russia alliance. I mean, who knows? The heck? France. Okay. France, at least, has been talking to me. He was happy I did what I said I was going to do. Why is Russia in Silesia? And at first I'm playing cool, but we just keep talking and we start to get along pretty well. And I really don't know what to do in this situation. Let's look at it. Does Othnia move to Baltic, Silesia to Berlin? Does France just pile on me with Italy because I'm going down in flames? So I tell France, look, I'll do anything I can to keep you on side. Anything. I offered him Munich. And he was like, no, I don't really want Munich. And I'm like, And then he said he'd move to Munich if it would help. And I thought Italy might be going to Munich. But I'm worried about England bouncing me to Holland. I've got to cover Berlin. I got Munich. Where's Russia going? If I go to Sweden, he goes to Baltic. England could get Denmark. He's not really talking to me. I don't really know what's going on. And so I spend all day messing, trying to send press out, trying to figure out what the best moves are in this situation. And ultimately, Russia tells me that Italy or France are moving to support or going to Munich, and one of them is going to support the other end. But he won't tell me who's supporting who in. And he said he felt sorry for me and didn't want to gang up on me, didn't want to take Berlin. And would I just let him have Sweden and Silesia will hold? I told him I was covering Berlin just to, make that clear. And I'm like, oh man, like, okay, I'll do that. I have to trust somebody. I kind of trust France. I want Russia thinking he can get into Sweden. And so I didn't want to trying to get a friend. He didn't tell me what he's doing with St. Petersburg. I assume he's moving into Finland. No word on that. Meanwhile, England starts a Western triple chat in the press. Here it is. But he's got like no ideas about how it's going to work. Like I wrote him, I don't speak any specifics on how you believe it would work. It would be useful. And it's basically pointless what he's saying. He also doesn't guarantee me Sweden even. He's like, we can launch an attack on Sweden, but he doesn't say who gets it. I mean, it's just like, he's just playing into my paranoia of the English-Russia alliance. I don't really know what's going on. If you sense I'm frustrated, I'm frustrated. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to read these people. And I'm like, if France is lying to me, that guy is the best liar of all time. He's telling me he'll do what I want. He's telling me everything I want to hear. And I say this repeatedly, hope is the most dangerous drug in diplomacy. And I'm hoping he's telling me the truth. Finally, about an hour before deadline, I tell France, I'll move to Munich. Can you support me there? Because I'm pretty sure Italy's going there. Italy kept saying he's going to go. He told me he's going there. Italy somehow thinks I will let him into Munich, which I don't understand. So for those of you who saw the other screen, you might have guessed the moves, but here they are. France did what he said. He'd support me in Munich. He supported me in Munich. He got Belgium. He got Portugal. He's going to get Spain next year. It's all good for France. England did what he said. He said he'd convoy to Norway. which he did. So that was nice. At the end of the day, I assumed that would happen because that's St. Petersburg army. But if there was an English alliance with Russia, then Holland was at risk. So that's why I decided not to support into Holland. And Russia did what he said. Said he would hold Silesia, which he did. I told him I'd let him into Sweden, which I did. He took Romania. He said he was going to do that, but there's definitely RT cooperation here. And Italy did what he said. He told me he's going to try for Munich, and he tried for Munich. Takes Tunis with the fleet. They bounce in Venice. I assume it's arranged. So there we have it. That is the fall 1901 moves. And I get to build 2. And so I've already put in my builds, which go into place, in 20 hours or so. I assume I'm going to keep these builds. England's already sent out press threatening press. I view it as threatening that he doesn't need to see any other fleets, just one fleet. I think I'm going to build a fleet. I gotta grow. I'm not going to have this game devolve into 3-on-3. I mean, I need to be able to grow, period. And I don't think I grow with another army. I've done that before. And as Germany, your defenses are good, but you don't expand. So I think I'm just going to keep this formulation right now. All right, so time for the power rankings, critical power rankings. All right, Russia is no longer in last place. Here it's computer magic, as Viv said in Spinal Tap. All right, got to put Italy last. Italy attacked me. Attacked Munich. Boom. That's easy. England, you want a Western triple, but you won't give me any growth? I don't even get it. I'm going to put Turkey down here. Didn't give me any useful information at all, and is emboldening Russia. I think he's luring him in. Austria, I'll keep 4th. He's playing it really cagey. Played it cagey the last time, plays a long game. I'm sliding Russia into 3. You're not quite at France level. You didn't move the army from Silesia away, but you held it. France, my man, France. I tell you what, I'm going to give props to France. Even though I had some good guesses here, France, you're number 1 in my book. I'm going to have to kill you because that's goal number 2. Right now, though, number 1. All right. That's it. Thanks to diplomacybriefing.com. Be back after spring of 02.